All right, and the last one that I want to show you, and this one appears not on the bottom, but I'm showing you this one last because to me it seems the last place I'd want to start looking unless you have something very specific in mind. So if you're on the social studies page, you scroll down, you're going to find this one called newspapers.com. Newspapers, historical newspapers, are absolutely fascinating to be able to look at, but it's kind of maddening because it's hard to always find things because they are not organized by subject. So it's really a great place to go if you have something very specific. For example, we had looked at the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory in one of the sources. So if you know of an actual fire or an incident that happened, you know, if I go in here, if I could spell triangle. All right, so I got the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory. We knew from that other thing that it happened on March 25th, 1911. Let's just put in 1911 and do a search of that. So what this is doing is it's finding all references to the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory in 1911 all over the United States. Here you'll see that they will break it down to let you know, well, what were they saying in Wisconsin about it? Deeper colored ones have obviously more to say. Being this happened in New York, New York's probably going to have quite a few articles. So if you click on the state of New York, you're going to see how it was covered several days later in the Brooklyn Daily Eagle or in the Buffalo Times. And you'll see that if we keep it broader to 1911, you're going to see all the stuff in the aftermath of what people had to say about it. So it's kind of neat. You'll pull up, you're looking at the newspaper and it's finding, you know, these are PDFs, so it's working like a PDF. It's finding Triangle Shirtwaist Factory all together in these articles. And so you can read actual articles from the newspaper. It's kind of fun to be able to look through and see the ads that were happening. So you may stumble across other really neat primary resources in your search for finding very specific things. So I just, a caution about using the newspaper site is just simply that it can be overwhelming because, of course, there's just thousands and thousands and thousands of newspaper and thousands of words. So it works best when you're searching in the newspaper if you have a specific name, a specific event, or even a specific date in history that you're looking for, because then you're going to get better hits and you're not going to be so frustrated. I believe what I didn't look to see, I think if you're going to clip, nope, we don't want to do that. Print and save. So you can highlight the portion you see on your screen to print that. You can print the entire page, which might be a little crazy. If you're saving it, it's saving it to an online thing. So you're really going to end up printing it. Again, I would do it as a PDF and save it in your file. But again, newspapers, I think, are a fantastic primary resource. They're difficult because you don't always know the language that was used at the time until you start digging into these things. So if you have a specific place, location, person, event, date, it's going to make it much easier to work with. But man, they're a lot of fun to use the newspapers to find information about what was happening and what people were thinking immediately after events happened. It's fantastic, and I really do encourage you to spend a little bit of time once you've narrowed your project to really kind of look in and see if you can find newspaper articles and the editorials people wrote. Really good stuff in there. So that is newspapers.com.